Maybe we can get some practice in before tomorrow.
All right, here we go. We are live with the finals of the Sandcastle 9-Ball Open here in Edison, New Jersey at Sandcastle Billiards. I am Mike DeMarco from Ship to Cash here with Nate Mindham from the Cue It Up podcast. Nate, what are you thinking here?
I am thinking that this has been a long trip to this finals. 3 days. We got, I don't think there's any surprises on who's here. There could have been a couple of other players that made it to this point, but with the two that made it, I don't think that there's any sort of huge, like, oh my goodness moments. I would say if we did have a player there, Mr. Newhausen was that player.
Yeah, he, Moritz Newhausen, 18-year-old, and he ended up in fourth place in this event, lost his previous match to Chang Jung-lin, who has made it through Lee Van Corteza, and now in the finals against Lucius Yapp, who was his only loss of the event so far. They played on table 5 on one of the Brunswicks. So here we are.
Chang wins the lag. This is going to be a true double elimination final. So the first set will be a race to 7. If Chang Jung-lin wins the first set, we will play a second. If Aloysius wins the first set, this tournament is over and Aloysius is your champion.
So Chang looking for revenge with his previous match against Mr. Yapp here.
I think there's a gap for the 1 ball here.
Oh, absolutely.
But the 2 ball does not play anywhere, so I think he'll be playing whatever shot he ends up playing. He'll be playing to a spot on the table where he likes the most to play safe with. I think you can push the 2 past the 6 ball and lock on the back of the 6, so I would like him to try to get somewhere over by the 3 ball if you can get to there. Even if you're a little bit further away, that should be okay.
I think maybe just a slight rail first here, Nate.
No, I think you play full, and I think you try to come between the 7 and the 8 ball, kind of.
Okay.
Maybe something like this, coming over this way.
Gotcha.
If he thinks he can get to that point, he might be able to draw off the. You can go rail first if you want to draw off of it.
I was actually thinking he'd go rail first and kind of hit him with one of these guys.
So the only issue with that is you got to. I think you want to end up playing, if you're going to play the safety where you push the 2 ball through underneath here and bring the cue ball kind of underneath here to the 6 ball.
You got to be vertical right above the 2 ball.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you can't be here. You can't actually be. This is a no zone, so you actually got to play that from this side of it to be able to make that shot work. So
let's see what he decided on here.
Forward makes that pretty tough.
And he says, I'm just going to go exactly where I need. But he's going to be jacked up over the 3 ball here.
But being jacked up, it's a hindrance, but it shouldn't be a big one. He's exactly where he needs to be on the direction of the 2 ball to be able to get that 2 ball just past the 6 ball. He wants it maybe end up right around in this area. And his cue ball just to weld to the back of the 6.
And if you're talking about Aloysius Yapp here, he's the player for the job. And he decides to go the opposite of what we were anticipating here. Do you think perhaps his decision was changed based on the 3 ball?
Yeah, it's possible. It's certainly possible. I don't know that he can get back there and kick into this. I'd like to see the ref nice and close on this.
I mean, we've discussed before that a lot of these top players, they kind of mentally shoot the shot twice. So, they get down and they'll kind of cue it up. Shameless plug there.
See what you did there.
They'll kind of cue it up and mentally execute the shot and then return to, the approach of the shot here. But he's going with just a simple 1-rail kick here.
That's going to be a little wide.
And that's going to open up and miss the 2 completely.
Aloysius, if he can't pot this 2 ball, he might end up trying to 3-foul Chang at this point. He's going to push he's going to try to play the safe. Of course, he's going to try to freeze to the back of the 6 ball. But what he's going to try to do, if he wants to try to 3-foul, is he's going to try to get the 2 ball in a spot where he can do kind of what he's doing right now again.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, Nate. A lot of times a player will just kind of send the ball off into no man's land with the obstruction, and they'll get that second foul, but playing the third one is going to be a tall order when you don't have any obstruction to work with.
And I think, of course, if you could put your object ball right next to another ball, that takes away a lot of kicking lanes. But what he may have done there is get that 2 ball close to the 8 ball so that he has another ball to basically just shoot the 2 ball through and freeze on the backside of if Chang does not get a hit, and he does not here.
Yeah, so we're most likely going to see a 3 foul attempt here.
No, not at this point. I think because they separated them out, you can play a safe and try to weld on the back of the 7, but I think the run out is just it's pretty easy at this point.
For his caliber of player, you're saying that his percentages are just higher to just go ahead with the open run out here.
Correct. Yep.
Gotcha. Fair assessment there.
Yeah, if the 8 ball welds to the 3 ball and the 3 ball isn't being or it doesn't become available to any of the pockets, then you try to play the 3 foul. But I think it's this is just too easy for him.
Yeah, looking at the way
the only work really here is the 8 to the 9, and it really, I mean, we're
not much
really,
work there. Yeah,
we're really nitpicking.
Yeah, it's a stretch to say that he's got any issues here whatsoever.
And 5 into the right middle. Just follow through for the 6 ball into the bottom right. He did overrun this, though.
He used all of the pocket there.
And he did overrun this, so he might actually have to either slow roll this and try to maintain position right around here for a thin 6 ball, or if it's early on, he might end up electing to come all the way down to the bottom cushion and back up.
Yeah, I think I like your first assessment there, as long as he can actually get a full stroke on it. If he has to slow a stroke or kind of baby the shot, I think he's going to go through it.
You'd like to shoot the shot.
Like
I was going to say, the reason he shot the shot the way he did was because it was game 1.
Yeah.
I think if this was game 4 or 5 and he's a little bit more settled in, his elbows, on point with the speed of the table, he might end up rolling that ball in there. But first game, you just don't want to leave anything to chance. Just get through the ball, strike it nice and confidently, and just get the cue ball back up table.
He really does hit that ball just so pure.
Yeah, he's an absolute talent.
Absolutely.
On and off the pool table, because he's one of the best off the table. He's such a humble guy. He's just such a joy to be around. He loves interacting with the fans. He loves signing stuff. He loves just having conversations with anybody and everybody who wants to sit down and talk with him. I think he still struggles with the idea that people want to have him sign stuff and
Gotcha.
have him, I think he struggles a little bit with the idea that he's a celebrity in the pool community. He's just so humble of a guy, and he's just such a joy to have around the game. He just loves the game for what it is. And
there you go, Lucius Yapp takes rack number 1. And again, this is a true double elimination format, so Chang is going to have to beat Yapp twice to claim victory here. And again, Chang's only loss in the entire event has been to Yapp. So he's definitely looking for that revenge opportunity, and he's got it.
And Aloysius is actually, if you go back to his previous tournament, he actually has not lost a match of pool now in about a month.
Oh, boy.
He went undefeated all the way through the Predator Michigan event, the Predator Pro Stop. He went undefeated all the way through that, the Cyberts Open. And yeah, he's won the A side here, so he's 5 matches deep on the A side here.
Unbelievable. That's got to do wonders for your confidence when you go into any match. He hasn't lost in how long are you saying? About a month or so?
Well, I don't think he's played any tournaments since. I haven't seen his name around, so it's possible he's played in something I don't know about. But he handily won the Predator. He played amazing in that event. And I'll tell you what, this break right here is going to turn out to be an absolute gem as well. The 4-ball is going to dress up right over that left middle pocket. We're looking at 2-0 here. and
Yeah, there's no way he's not getting out of this the way he's hitting the ball. No way.
yeah, I mean 6 to the 7. That's your work.
Tell you what, of all the players that we've seen, I mean, day one we saw John Mora and Sky Woodward both having a really strong break on this table here, but Yapp's really got it down where his cue ball is going right to the center of the table. He's just maximizing his opportunities.
Yeah, you nailed that one right there. I think of all the players that we've seen on this table so far, I think there's been some good ones, but Aloysius has just been Mr. Steady.
Yeah, it's great. Really a pleasure to have here right in front of us.
Oh, maybe he gets... No, he's fine. He's fine. Cue ball turned over just a tiny little bit, and that was just enough. But I think he might have to play to the short side of the 6 ball now.
You know, I got to be honest, the folks that came out to the room to be here in person, they're getting a real treat these last 3 days.
Oh, and he had a great angle. He had a great angle. I thought he was just a little bit thinner on that, but it was perfect. And look at this. Just an absolute perfect spot to be at. To come off of this cushion. And then down in line with the 7 ball, right in front of the side pocket or so.
Exactly what he's doing here. Great line there. So steady. Zero emotions.
I like how every time he shows up to a new match, he's got a new Starbucks in his hand, too.
Well, there you go, folks. That's the secret right there. Starbies.
He walked in this morning holding a Starbucks, and he's got a brand new Starbucks he's got over there working on. If he keeps this up, though, it's going to end up about the same level at the end of this match as it's going to. We got a nice close-up of the Starbucks.
All right, Aloysius Yapp.
That's 2-0.
2-0.
2-0, and well, there it goes.
Look at that. I mean, this is going to be a really tough mountain to climb for Cheng Lin. I mean, he's playing so sound as well, but Yapp just seems to have gotten off to an early start here. Great opportunity here, and
there's
not
that
much
Starbucks.
to do about it.
Check that out. What a beautiful Starbucks. I wonder what he drinks. What do you think he drinks?
Can we get Yapp to turn the logo around? Perhaps some additional sponsors for the next
Well,
Sandcastle.
Yeah, I don't think Aloysius is doing anything right now. Why don't Aloysius? Why don't you just turn that for us?
Yeah.
Come on, it's not like you're playing the finals of a pool tournament. Come on,
Yeah.
give the fans what they want. Let them know what you drink. Let them know what your Starbucks of choice is.
Yeah, right. Let's see the order. He's going to show up at the Open, and there'll be 12 Starbucks being handed to him with his perfect order.
There's going to be a bunch of suits just waiting there for him. Excuse me, Mr. Yapp, can we have a moment with you? We would like to sign you.
Yeah, that would be ideal, actually.
How great would it be to just see a giant Starbucks patch right on his chest? You know,
Oh yeah,
get some of that outside money into this game.
absolutely. I'll tell you what, I guarantee you that if any of the major players were sponsored by a company like that, you'd definitely see an increase in Starbucks purchases.
I mean, I'm a Dunkin' guy personally, but I switched. If they're going to put some money into this sport, I'll support them.
Yeah, I mean,
And I'll also make Aloysius, buy me a couple meals while I'm at it, since he's got all that new Starbucks money.
I got to be honest though. I mean, that's kind of an underutilized thing with the pool community. It's like if someone says, "Hey, that company supports pool and they're involved in any way," you kind of just can't help but support them back, even if it's not your original choice.
Sure, absolutely.
That's just how it is. It's like, hey, they're doing something.
I'll be real with you. There are entities in this industry that I will not support strictly because I do not feel like they give back to the game in a proper way.
Yeah.
There are plenty of them, and there are ones that I will give my business more so, just because they give back to the industry.
That's right. Yeah, I kind of got to agree with you there. There's definitely some entities in our family here, and I like to call them the vacuums. They kind of suck out the cash, and
Sure.
I don't see anything coming back in. You know, I don't think that it's fair to take advantage of the community, but you know, we're definitely a tight group here, and anyone that's behind us or part of that circle, we're definitely going to support them right back.
Sure. A couple of our sponsors in this. Simonis gives a ton to the industry. They're a sponsor of this event.
And I did get confirmation. We have 760 Simonis is what we're playing on here.
760.
760, yeah.
Tournament gold. Minus
gold.
the tournament part. I just like
just
tournament
gold. Yeah, Simonis.
If you're trying to get yourself some, it's just the
760.
gold. But I like tournament gold. It sounds fun.
Yeah, you know, I saw some negativity about the color of the cloth, and you know, at first glance, it's like, yeah, I don't know. And then now that I've seen it in person and I see how the balls pop off the cloth, I'm actually a fan. I like it.
I don't know. If you want to be a purist, I understand the idea of it, but I'm actually I have very poor vision in my left eye, like really bad vision in my eye, and sometimes depth perception in the blue cloth, I really struggle to see the 2-ball, 4-ball, 6-ball, and sometimes even the 7-ball with that blue. It just does not contrast very well. When I'm down on this gold cloth, every ball pops except for a little bit the 1-ball, and you know, depending on whatever side the 9-ball is, sometimes a 9-ball, just off of that yellow color. But I shooting balls down the rail or thin cuts down at the end of the table or whatever it is. The
edge is kind of crispy, right? Like
it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
As a player with some vision issues, I do really appreciate having that nice contrasting background to be able to really make the edge of those balls pop. Plus, I mean, if it's popping for me on the playing surface, it's obviously going to do it on the TV too. So if you want to be a purist about it, I guess you know, fine. But there is a reason that it is it's played like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun to say, hey, I want green or blue, and that's what it is. It's either green or blue. But I've become a fan these last few days regarding the color of the gold cloth, and I agree, both from a player's perspective and from the broadcast. You can see everything.
What a break this is too. A 3 to the 5 ball is your only work on this rack. Once you get onto that 5 ball, this is smooth sailing.
Yeah, I mean, vs Yapp has really, really gotten that breakdown, and you have to think that when he shows up at the U.S. Open, he's going to have that in his arsenal, and he's going to be a serious force here.
I'm thinking right around this left middle pocket's where he's going to want his cue ball. This is going to allow him to be able to play this. You can play it one of two ways. You can either play this with just a touch of outside spin, just a ever so slight amount to come down this way, or you can stroke with a little bit of inside spin and come to here, and down table like this. This way your speed doesn't really matter all that much because you're going to be able to use that left long rail as a speed break. But you got to stroke through the cue ball a lot better to be able to get forward with it. The left, the little bit of left hand spin will allow you to just control your speed down table. But you got to control the speed.
Well, let's see what he goes with here. It looks like he's cueing low on the cue ball here.
Oh, he elected to stay above.
Yeah, he's just going to hit the gap and accept that distance.
Hey, if you're hitting the balls as confidently as he is, sure. Yeah, I personally can't do that. I can't leave myself stuff like this because I just don't strike the balls as well as him. I can't pop balls nearly as obviously as well as Aloysius.
Yeah, but he's just running through this.
Well, this potentially could bring the 8 ball into play here. But with where the 7 ball is, you don't have to get cute. You just have to get a look at it. It doesn't really matter where you're at, whether you're in the center of the table or if you are on the left rail, right long rail. It doesn't really matter. You just got to get a look at it.
He's just going to track right by the 8 ball here, you think? Come around the bottom side of the 9?
I think he might just try to, yeah.
Oh, wow. Hit it with the inside. That was not...
I don't know that was intentional. I honestly, I don't know that that was intentional. I mean, it could have been, but I just don't see a reason why you would want to shoot that with right-hand spin.
You know what?
Or, sorry, left-hand spin.
You know what I think he was trying to do there? I think he was actually just trying to stall the cue ball and come straight up, perhaps like bump the 8 or come between them or something like that.
No, I think
he made a gesture after the shot, like, why did it come over all the way this way?
I think what he was trying to do here, I think he was trying to come more like this.
Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, that was kind of...
I think that was more along the lines of what he was trying to do. But
how about that shot right there?
Well...
Crowd showing some recognition for the skill involved there.
That right there is why you practice. Because at the end of the day, anybody can play pool and your cue ball's perfect. And you're making all these shots and nothing's really going astray and all you're doing is staying in line. We don't practice for those moments. We practice for when things go a little sideways.
And he's just delivering that cue perfectly. Vs Yapp, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you can't help but think that this guy can become an unbeatable player. I mean, he's playing absolutely flawless pool here. His errors are few and far between. And he's got that break just down perfectly. Zhang Jinglin has a tall order in front of him. You can see he's trying to just focus on getting to the table and trying to manufacture something here. And Zhang Jinglin is not playing bad by any means.
Has he made a mistake yet?
I mean,
he didn't get a hit on a couple of kick shots that were pretty tough, but he hasn't missed a ball. It's not like he's broken, broken scratch or anything like that. He just Aloysius is just,
he's dominating.
Yeah, he's just dominating. Playing perfect. Yeah,
yeah, he is.
There's
and what can you do?
Yeah, sure.
What can you do?
I mean, I was actually having a conversation earlier with Mr. Neuhausen, and he's like, he was talking about his match against Lee Van Corteza, and he's like, I don't know how I lost that match. He's like, I don't understand how I lost that match. I felt like I played as good as I can play that entire match, and I felt like I won it 7-1 or 7-2, and I look up. And it's Hill, and he's running out, and I don't really know what happened. And then he played his match against Chang, and he's like, I dogged it. I absolutely dogged it. I could have won that match. But all of this is to say, at this level, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Zhang Jinglin might break and run every single rack from here on out, and it still might not be enough.
Yeah. Fair assessment for sure. Zhang Jinglin gets the open shot on his own break here. So he's trying to just at least make a statement and say that he's still in the match here, looking for a break and run out here. I don't see any issue with him getting that.
No, the 3 to the 4. I mean, you got to control the 2 ball here. I like to actually overcut this 2 ball and hit the left side of the 8 ball. Only because that would have created a little bit more cue ball separation.
Gotcha.
To be able to, if the cue ball's up, maybe 6 more inches on this, he's able to create a few more angles that didn't exist from being so close.
Absolutely.
But I mean, it's just I'm trying to invent stuff at this point, just to
give him a problem.
Yeah, this right here is the shot right here, and he is a little shallow on this. So if he elects to come above it, kind of where his cue ball is right here, he will be popping this cue ball pretty solid off of this left cushion.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked a little deceiving. It looks like he has enough angle to come right back across.
And it's not a problem, but he had to pop it pretty firm there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think his confidence level is always way up there.
Oh, well, I mean, you can't. Any educated pool fan cannot create a top 10 list
and not involve him.
And most of the really good, minds of the game have him closer to 5 than they do 10. I mean, this guy can be top 5 absolutely. I mean, you're talking Fedor, Albin, Josh, Shane, and Chang for my money. I mean, we haven't seen Wu Chiching in a couple of years. I mean, that guy can absolutely be in that category of players too. But outside of them, I mean, that's the list for me.
Yeah,
is those 5 players: Shane, Chang, Fedor, Josh, and Shane.
And I think that the younger players that are coming up, like the Fedors and the Fillers and the Yapps right here. I mean, we're seeing the new age of those top caliber players, and folks are kind of just making their way, to the front of the game. I mean, it's almost like, once in a while you're going to see, common household names getting there, and you're going to see them very often in the top of the money. But, as far as the newer players, especially with, like the Koh brothers, I mean, they're all, extreme talents. And, those new players are kind of pushing some of these guys out of there. There's a point where you have to question it, like, hey, am I able to maintain my seat at the top of this list, or is somebody going to come kick me out of there?
That's why it's so much fun to see somebody like Mika Immonen winning the tournament last week. That is like so fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It kind of gives a lot of pool players and enthusiasts hope that, if they haven't been involved in the game since they were a kid, and they're in their 40s or 50s or something like that, hey, guess what? Yes, you can still play that good. You can still play that good.
Yeah, Mika Immonen, I don't want to sell the guy out, but I believe he's turning 50 years old next year.
I mean, that's just fantastic right there.
And you got players like Ralph Souquet, who just made a semifinal of the Slovenian Euro Tour this past week.
Yeah, that's great stuff to see.
I believe he's 54, I believe.
Oh, boy.
It's cool to see, obviously, the younger players. I don't know. With some of the players I guess we're seeing out there, it's hard to put certainly not Yapp. I believe Yapp is 26 years old. It's even hard to kind of put Joshua Filler in those young guys, even though he's maybe 24 and Fedor's maybe 22.
That's what I mean.
When we see like the Moritz Neuhausen, 18.
That's what I mean.
Old.
Moritz Neuhausen's 18. By the time he's 22, is he going to be the best in the world? Possibly. Possibly.
Well,
he's from the same pool school as the Hallmans and the Fillers and the Souquets.
And I'll tell you
not?
what, I tried to corrupt him. I tried to corrupt that kid. I tried to ruin him. I tried to get him drinking and having a fun party time, and he's like, nope, I don't drink. I don't party. This is what I do right here. Kind of kidding, but
I get what you mean. Yeah,
the other part of that's true. He doesn't drink. He doesn't party. He shows up and plays pool, and that's what he does.
I also like that he's very humble and well-spoken, and he's just an all-around nice kid. I've become an extreme fan of Moritz Neuhausen.
I'll tell you what, he's got a lot more personality than he lets on, though. I've
I
spent
think
a lot
so
of time
too.
talking to the kid. He's really smart. He's really articulate, and he's really funny. But, he's a little bit more closed off, so it takes a little bit to get him to open up. But by the end of that, I'm telling you, that kid's funny. He is really funny. And, if you're ever out there, you're listening into this and you run across him, ask him to do some accents for you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, he can do some accents. Oh, my goodness. He had me just rolling. He's doing Russian accents. He's doing Indian accents. He's doing Asian accents. His American accent, I thought I was going to die. It was just so funny just listening to him.
Oh, yeah. I'd actually love to hear that.
It was just glorious. It was just so funny.
All right, so what do we have here, Nate?
Well, we're gonna be seeing a kick and stick. Well, not a kick and stick. We're gonna see. I believe we're gonna end up seeing him kicking off the left side of the 2-ball, kicking it underneath the 8-ball if you can, towards that right rail. His cue ball then will direct over towards the 5 and the 6-ball. So you hopefully get your cue ball over in here. Maybe your 2-ball comes something like this. But really what you're trying to do is you're trying to get that cue ball underneath your 5 and the 6-ball. It's the shot that I personally like.
I don't know if we're going to get a ton of distance out of this 2-ball. I don't know how thick he's hitting this.
Or you could hit it softer too, and this is what he's going to elect to do, and play that short of the thing with this is you might end up giving up the jump shot. Now I don't think he did, at least not in a way that's. No,
it's not feasible to try to pocket this. Cue ball could.
But this does leave a pretty
come
good
off the
kick.
table here.
This does leave a good kick. So Ken can either decide to kick this with speed to try to create distance, or he can kick it soft and just try to kick the 2-ball to here and the cue ball up here.
Yeah, and he hit that really well.
But that's the thing with or a hook is not good enough with players like this. It's just not. You have to have a hook and distance. Minimum of distance. You have to have distance.
And the obstruction has to be much closer than what we see in a lot of amateur pool, where they just block the ball. You have to get it stuck on the backside to have a chance at getting that foul.
So at this point, it's going to be containing. He's just going to barely run into the 2-ball. Try to keep them close together.
Wow. What a shot that was. Unbelievable control. He's not even facing the direction of the ball, and a blind kick is always the toughest.
He may have left the 2-ball into the right middle, though.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
He may have left. I believe he did.
Well, the way he's giving it does look like he's shooting straight at it. Let's see what he does here.
And he did, yeah. So that's...
Wow, great shot there.
That's personally why I like it a little bit softer than what Aloysius kicked it, but it's just such a tough kick. You want to make sure that 2-ball was as close to the cue ball as you could possibly get it.
I mean, he hit it at a fair speed there, and it could have worked out a little bit better for Yapp there, but I do think that Zhang Jinglin earned it with that beautiful kick save. He earned the open shot here. So a little bit tight on the 6-ball here, more than enough to pocket the ball. He does have a little bit of work to do with that 7, 8, 9 being so close there. I'm sure he has a plan. Makes legal contact there. Pockets the 5.
I believe the only pocket that this plays in realistically is the top right, but I don't think he's going to try to get underneath this ball for that.
If he had a bit more angle, it might have been a little easier to get there, but I mean,
well, he actually needs just a tiny little bit less, but it might actually be perfect just to draw off of this cushion and come down.
Right.
That might be the shot he's playing.
Yeah. That's what I was saying there. If he had a little bit more angle, he could have gotten deeper underneath that 7. But, I mean, given a player of Cheng's quality, I mean, if he just has an open look at a ball and it goes to a pocket, there's a high % chance that he's just going to finish it.
Right. The only thing with this one is you want to be going into the 8-ball full. You don't want to be clipping off of it because then you're only going to be pushing it over a little bit. And he played the all-out save. Okay.
All defense there.
Honestly, that surprises me. With how well Cheng strikes the balls, it really
you were thinking he would just shoot it up in the corner, right?
It, yeah. It really surprises me that he gives this up because honestly, Aloysius will be. I'd be surprised if he wasn't jumping at this.
It doesn't look like he is going to jump at it. He doesn't like where the 8 and the 9 are.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he can't get his hand comfortably down there. Yeah, that could be a thing.
Yeah, you'd need to get way up there. Wow, and that could be the first blatant error that we've seen from Yapp.
Yeah, and he did have his jump cue with him. So he could have elected for the jump shot. Maybe his hand was a little bit more hindered with that 8-ball than.
I mean, he might have been a millimeter or 2 away from the contact there. But again, that might have been the first open miss that we've seen from Yapp. That's just a blatant error. And Zhang Jinglin is going to rake up another point here.
This knots it up at 3-3. So at the halfway point in this match, it is all tied up.
And there it is, 33.
And Cheng gets back to his 1-break advantage because he won the leg.
I love the spectator involvement right now. When the players are making a great shot, you'll hear the audience clap. And when they do complete a rack, you hear the audience getting involved. And spectator participation is a great influence, both for the players and the game in general. So I really like seeing that.
I'm going to do some research while I'm in here.
That's one of your fortes, Nate. You definitely know what's going on and how to get that information. So
my research is to find out what Aloysius's coffee of choice is.
Oh boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that really what you're looking at?
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Oh boy.
Don't worry about that.
I'm thinking you're looking up stats from these guys and in past tournaments.
No.
Their most recent events. He's like, no. I just want to know what's in his coffee. I'm going to guess
finding
that
out what people really want to know, you know?
I'm guessing that you're messaging John.
John. Who's John?
Kruklinski.
No.
And he's sitting right there. He might be able to get a read on the cup there.
I'm messaging the guy who's holding his phone, looking at his phone cockheaded. Sharik Sayed.
Oh, gotcha.
His coffee of choice is a latte.
Latte, okay.
Aloysius Yapp is a latte drinker.
And from what you're telling me, he likes it a latte.
Stop. Just stop. Here, all right. Mike's in timeout for 4 minutes from that bad dad joke.
Wait. I was just trying to keep up, Nate. I'm just trying to keep up.
All right, so here's rack number 7. And this looks dry. This is dry, and the one ball is dressed up nicely over the side pocket, but he's going to have a pretty tough transition from this 1 to the 2 ball. This could be a fun shot right here. This shot might be run at this 1 ball. This cue ball is going to go here, and then the reverse English is going to bring it back down table this way.
I could see him playing that shot here.
I think that might be the right shot here. Obviously you got to play it offensively. I mean, there's nothing defensive that you can do here. I think he plays that shot.
You know, I got to agree.
Be a fun one.
Yes, any time that a shot just screams out at you like that, and you don't see any other options, it's a good chance that it's going to be there. But a player like Yapp might hit us with something we've never seen before.
There it is.
How's the speed looking?
About as good as he can hit it.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he got just a little bit straighter than he wanted, but I still think he can force follow it through off of this bottom cushion up table. Just a straight high ball hit.
Yeah, he just wanted a little more distance off that rail just to get comfortable cueing, but he is okay. He is okay here.
So he's going to have an extreme amount of, not an extreme amount of high on this. He's going to be it's kind of more of like a punch stroke with high spin. So the cue ball should actually kind of spin in place, maybe right around in here. In this area, it'll spin just an ever so slight second, and then it'll take off up table. That'll flatten the angle out a little bit.
You might just punch it. There you go.
That's a fun shot there. That's more of a punch follow stroke. What that ends up doing is instead of following the natural cut line, it's going to end up spinning in place down to here, and then it takes off. So he shot it that way so that he can manipulate the line of the shot coming out.
He leaves himself an ideal angle to come back up for that 4 ball. Nice shot there.
Well, here's our shot right here. This is the last ball. He's really going to have to focus on potting. I think you'd actually like to bump the 8 ball here if you could. If all things are equal and you can run into the 8 ball, the 8 ball over in this general area is a much better spot than where it's at right now as far as playing positioning onto. So if you can bump it just a little bit over maybe 8 to 12 inches, that might be good.
Oh. All right. That was a little bit of a test right there. Didn't think he was going to fail, but like Nate said, that was kind of the last last tester there.
This is a testament to your it ends up rolling just a heck of a lot more than I thought it was going to. I thought that was going to be really good.
You think he's going to use the 9 ball to stall the cue ball here, or he just
do,
avoids it altogether?
Yeah, I think he'll try to use it. Hitting any part of the 9 ball on the left side of it is going to be okay. You just don't want to hit the right side of it, and it pushes it up towards the 8 ball, right?
I mean, he's literally moving the balls around, but putting them directly in front of a pocket.
Yeah, I mean, this is where the best players just become even more deadly. Is if you have to run into balls to where not only are you moving them in a controlled way, but you're moving them in a spot where that's going to help you later on in the future. Because if that 8 ball is still right here, where it was before, he would have had to have played one more positional shot. One more positional shot means one more thing that could potentially go wrong.
Yeah, and he's just not failing.
So he steals Chang's break back from him. So Aloysius is back to having the break advantage, winning 4-3 at this.
You know, I have to say, I recognized that Yapp has been breaking really well. He's always got an open shot here. He's got an open shot after the break, but it's almost as if like he's got like a homing missile as a cue ball, and it's always going to be close to that opening shot that he needs. So there is no racking pattern. Am I wrong there? There's just random racks. And it seems like he's bringing his cue ball up when he needs to, and he's keeping it down when he needs to. And I'm beginning to recognize that he's altering his break just slightly to find position on that ball. I mean, that's precision. That's precision right there. Guys, don't forget, if you do have your Sandcastle live chat up, we can see what you're saying. If you are saying anything, you have a question, whatever it may be, please let us know. All right, Yapp breaking here. He's leading this one 4-3, and we are racing to 7. Here we go.
One ball down to the side pocket. The 2 ball is... Oh
no, right. He's frozen right onto the 9 ball there.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is going to... We might need 3 ball markers here.
I mean, there's a chance that they just cut the rack. They're going to get the cue ball out of there for sure.
Yeah, he's grabbing a second ball marker. Okay, good. I'd like to see a third one here, to be honest with you. Only because... Actually, you know, to be honest with you, I'd like to not see these balls marked at all. We're going to end up seeing a push-out out of this. It's going to be a push-out. 99.9. Yeah, we're seeing a push-out, right? So I don't think that the AccuRack is going to actually affect the play, and I believe the cue ball was frozen to this 9 ball, or very, very, very close to it. I like not moving the Magic Rack until after the push-out. I don't know if they're doing a rule on that says it has to be removed immediately after the break, but I
mean, in any case, we're seeing a push out here. He's not shooting anything.
I think we're going to see a push out to a tough shot. I like coming off the left side of the 8 ball, maybe up table to here, where you are.
He's got the carom on the 4 or something. Or
no,
cut the 2.
No, yeah, you're actually giving the 2 ball cut past the 7. And if you want to take it on, you can take it on. I believe that he will not. I believe that Aloysius is going to get this back. Upstate Al decided that it's a good idea to kick the 2-9 combination into the side pocket. That's why he's back working the TriCaster.
Hey, I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I can take shots at the guy because he's not up here to defend himself. I like it.
I'm picturing Al's response to that if he was here in person.
Nate Johnson dogging on me for bringing my crayons.
That's all right.
I like Nate. Nate's a good dude.
You just like him because he's got the same name.
He's around your area, doesn't he?
Who's that?
Nate Johnson? Okay, maybe he's not. I think he's up in this area. Thought maybe he was over on the north of New York somewhere. I should know that. Sorry, Nate. So Cheng decides to take the 2 ball on instead of giving it back, and I believe he has left this.
Yeah, this is definitely available. The 2 ball is really, really close to that point, though. Looks like it's still resting against the rail, so it's not just a tap in here. You still got to cut the ball. And that 7 being close, the referee is going to be right there.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad though. I think that there's plenty of room for it. The trick is what kind of carom are you going to get off of the 7 ball? It's going to send you to the right, it looks like, but is it going to be towards the 8 ball or is it going to be way up table? And it's right at the 8 ball, but he plays a good speed.
I mean,
So-
look at that.
Aloysius is in a great position here. Again, what do we have? I guess this 3, it's not really even the 3 to the 4 is not even an issue. Maybe just the 8 ball to the 9 ball.
Nate Johnson, I'm from Massachusetts. I don't know our limitations here, so
It's all New England to me.
yeah. I figured that. Wisconsin's all cheese for me, so.
Hey, you can dog on Wisconsin for being cheese all you want. I've never met a person in my life that's upset about us making cheese.
You know what? I love cheese, man. It's cool.
Everybody loves cheese.
Not everybody, but those
People who are lactose intolerant love cheese.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Right, so Lucius Yapp looking really nice here. I mean, he's playing just the best you can play, really. I mean, very minimal mistakes. No emotions getting in the way. His execution is perfect. And Zhang Junlin, of course, staying steady. Well, we are only racing to 7 here. Only a race to 7 here.
Well, we're only racing to 7 if Aloysius wins.
Well, we're racing to 7 here. And the guy at the table's got the lead, and he's got 2 lives. So he's got a little bit of room.
Oh, we missed that 7 ball.
A little bit of room to say things, but I can't believe that that we've seen that. I can't believe it. And he's got to just be able to brush that off and move forward.
Well, that would have been to go up 5-3
And instead, we're going to see a tie game here
with Chang breaking.
with Chang breaking. And
This is where Chang is absolutely ruthless. When he gets to the table when he's not supposed to, I guarantee you he's going to break and run the next rack. That's just what Chang. I mean, Chang has built a career off of just stomping on you when you make mistakes.
Yeah, he is looking like a killer. He is the killer out there right now, and like you said, he's going to take advantage of that, and he's going to take a short couple of minutes.
Let Aloysius think about the shot he just made.
Yeah.
He's
Hey, I
over
want you to sit in the corner and think about what you did.
He's going over and getting some chat time with Sharik and his girlfriend Silviana, both of them are absolutely monsters on the table as well.
Yeah, I got to see her play a little bit on Thursday, and boy, she's tough. She is tough. So right now, we're looking at Mr. Alex Kazakis warming up with some of the Coes. You know, there's a lot of the players that were eliminated from the event. You know, they all traveled down here back again to Sandcastle, get a little bit more table time. Nate, you know a lot of the players that we're looking at here. I mean, I know a handful of them here, but I mean, there's quite a few players that came back to get some more table time. You want to give us just a quick rundown there, like a roll call? I'm sure you could rattle them off pretty quick.
Oh, the top players in the room?
Yeah, all the players that came back today.
Well, I guess the camera right here, we're looking at Koping Yi. Dimitris on the left in the green. He's a really top player from Greece, probably the third, maybe fourth best player from Greece. Alex Kazakis, I think, comfortably gets number 1. Nick Economopoulos is really a great player.
Yeah.
Nick Malai is a great player. But back in the middle, just to the right of the Dimitris in the green shirt, and that's Alex Kazakis right behind him, kind of looking at it. I think they're playing Scotch doubles, which is pretty cool. We got Dimitris and Alex Kazakis, it looks like, with Ko Ping Yi and Ko Ping Han next to him, the two of the three Ko brothers. Across the room, who else am I seeing? I'm seeing Mark Vidal, a great player from, I believe he's from Colorado now, but he's originally from Europe. He's matching up against Ko Ping Chung. I'm seeing Josh Roberts over in the corner. Who else do we see? Abdullah Al Yusuf is on the table right next to the Ko brothers here, and Alex and Dimitris. Abdullah Al Yusuf from Kuwait, another great player. Kind of came out of nowhere in the last year. Omar, actually, to be honest, in a similar fashion to what Omar Al Shaheen kind of did last year, where he kind of burst onto the scene and had a bunch of real deep finishes in events. In fact, he made the finals of the World Pool Champion or the World 10 Ball Championships, the Predator World 10 Ball.
So, Nate, I just realized that our friend Vuklon Nguyen is still in the room.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
And I don't know if you had a chance to take a gander at his cue or get to hold it or whatever, but that man is playing with a 29-ounce cue.
Well, it's massive.
29
he's not
ounce.
Tall. That's crazy, but he is not tall to begin with.
I picked it up and it felt like a club. Like this is a
Thor's
weapon,
hammer.
dude. Yeah, right. It was just unbelievably heavy, and I've never seen someone play with a cue that's that heavy. I mean, and he had to have it custom made that way. You know, I mean, it's just 29-ounce cue. You ever heard of that?
Well, I mean,
and that's his everyday shooting cue. He's played with it 5 years, he said.
29 is a lot, but Shane and Jason they play with extensions on their cues. I know Shane plays with the extension in his cue not because he wants the extra the length. He wants the extra weight. So that's why Shane Van Boning plays with his. Of course, the added length, of course, it has its benefits, but the real reason he's doing it is for that extra weight. Helps you with your stroke a little bit, being able to have a little extra weight. Jason also plays with, I believe Jason's is a 9-inch extension.
I mean, what type of weight range do you think that these players are in?
Well, a lot of it depends. A lot of it depends on the type of player that they are. If they like to spin the cue ball around and use a lot of English and use some rails and they want that effortless power, they add some weight. So even Chang Jung Lin, you see, has I believe it looks like a 4-inch extension and on the back of his Predator Icon cue. Most players will have a 2-inch extension, at least at this level. Having that extra weight it just makes stroke shots so much easier when you have that extra little bit.
Yeah, that seems to be the wave that's going through professional pool and amateur pool as well. I mean, just pool in general, I guess you can say, but most players are entertaining the idea of adding an extension on there. And I mean, I want to say that Earl was the guy that kind of just sparked that thought. Came in with a 9-foot-long cue, and they're like, "What the hell's he doing?"
With a baseball grip on it.
Yeah, right. He had like the
couple tennis rackets hanging out of the back of it just for fun, all that, all the weird stuff he had attached to his cues. Ooh, this is
You want to talk about precision there, folks?
I can. I cannot imagine that was the game plan when he shot that shot.
I mean, to be honest, that's just unbelievable. I mean, he kind of tweaked his head a little bit as if he was not really thrilled with the result there. Something was bothering him a bit, but he can't be terribly upset about it. There you go. That's how you do it.
This is off of the break. Am I correct there?
Oh yeah. You did call the break and run out for sure.
I mean, there was a little bit of a break. Obviously, there was a player break in there, so sometimes that can be a little cooling on this. But
no, you hit it right on the head, Nate. I mean,
this is what Chang does, man. He just
magnifies your mistakes into
He takes an
a pain in your kidney.
He takes an opening and he just drives a forklift through it.
Well, that's exactly what he's doing right now. Just 3 shots on the table here. And he's going to put up another point. Lucius Yapp missing that odd shot, wide open shot there. And it was just uncharacteristic. But I guess it shows you that these players here are actually humans, and they're not machines, and they will make a mistake here or there.
Well, Aloysius apparently makes. We still don't know that Chang is not a robot.
Yeah, you got a point there. Yeah, you got a point there. They could actually be a couple of cyborgs.
Well, this is only 5-4, so still plenty of match. Aloysius is obviously he's got a rack down, but it is his break, so he can knot this up at 5. Put some pressure back onto Chang.
Yeah, now we've turned this match into a dogfight. It's who's going to break and run out here. Yapp has to answer with a break and run out here. See one of our lovely officials on site there. Doing a fantastic job with the event.
Back over to Alex Kazakis shooting the 5 ball into the top right. What a great shot that was. On the 6 ball into the bottom right, but he will not shoot it. Demetrius will.
Yeah,
Watching them playing some, bet they're probably playing about maybe 50 a man, some scotch doubles.
You think it's something like that? Yeah.
That's my guess. 50 or 100 a man, something like that.
Yeah.
Just some good, fun, cheap action.
All right, here we go. Lucius Yapp still breaking from that side of the table there. And he changed that earlier in his previous match. He began breaking from the left side, and something wasn't working well for him apparently, and he decided to change, and he's kind of stayed on the right side of the table from our perspective here. And it seems like he's still got that down pretty good. He's got the 1-3 combination here.
Well, he's going to think about this one as long and hard as a 30-second shot clock is going to let him, because this is not easy. He cannot. There's no way he can hold his 1 ball. So to cut this ball in, it's going to be leaking up table towards the 6 ball, the cue ball. You might end up double kissing the 1 ball off of the contact.
Yeah, it does look like that could be a reaction here. I think he's assessed how to manage that. And he's going to get a little friendly touch there. No, he doesn't. Wow.
Not only does he not get a friendly touch, he gets the exact wrong one.
Wow.
Even if he can get to this 1 ball, you can't.
It's kind of amazing that it made it through that 9 ball. You know, I mean, just a little nick on the 9 ball, and he was going to have an open shot there. And now he's in a very unfavorable position. I mean, he's doing what he does, though. He's just staying calm, cool, collected. Take his medicine and deal with it. Perhaps he's got a carom on here. Yes, he does. What a shot that was.
Still going to need 1 more, though. Still going to
look
need 1
at
more.
that. Are you kidding me? What a great shot that was from Lucius Yapp.
Either he's going to have to play a perfect positional shot here, or he's going to have to just settle for distance on this 4 ball and maybe a slightly tricky back cut, or slightly tricky cut in some sort of way.
Avoiding the 7 ball.
Nope. He is golden. What an answer. And well needed.
See our lovely digital pool scoreboard there. And we mentioned that earlier. This event was run with the Digital Pool software.
One of my personal sponsors. Love Digital Pool. Best out there.
Absolutely. I mean, from what I've learned about Digital Pool this past couple of days, that is the future of pool right there.
Absolutely.
100%.
And you don't even realize the things that are going on behind the scenes to revolutionize the sport even more.
Exactly.
They are working with stats upon stats. I mean, I've seen dozens, hundreds of spreadsheets that are just compiling data and analytics towards creating a game that is like truly revolutionized. I mean, we're talking about like percentages on first safety battles, first shot of a safety battle, seventh shot of a safety battle, what your percentage of winning at each individual time you get to the table. I mean, the stuff that they are coming out with right now is incredible. All in beta stage, but when it makes it out there, the stuff that Digital Pool is doing is going to completely revolutionize this game.
Shout out Zach Goldsmith.
And Michael Salmon. Lots of people behind the Isaac Wooten. Lots of the people behind that making it happen.
That's right.
What an answer. 5-5. 5-5. We got a race to 2 for all the, well, potentially all the jelly beans.
Oh, yeah, there's quite a few jelly beans up for grabs here. Cheng Lin going to get a response opportunity here.
Aloysius there. Getting some of that yummy, yummy latte in his system. We don't want to zoom in on the scoreboard. We want to zoom in on that latte. That's better. There we go. There's that latte.
I'm going to say that was Aaron.
Expert cameraman back there.
Yeah. You got Dylan and Aaron back there doing a fantastic job.
They're crushing it, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they are.
Having fun with it. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a long event. 3 full days of world-class pool, and it's all coming down to this. Having some fun with it, you know? We're having some fun with this.
Tell you, Nate, I've definitely had a great time here. This is my first visit to Sandcastle Billiards.
Is it?
Yeah, my first time here, but I'll definitely be back for sure.
Here we go, the next generation. I love it. This kid's looking at Chang right now, going up to break the ball. He said, "Go on, punk. You can have the 6 in 10 years." Love it.
Fantastic.
He's been here all day. Him and his father just been sitting up there watching pool almost all day long.
Oh, yeah.
I'd assume that's his father. I guess I don't want to make that proclamation.
I mean, they got virtually the same facial expression on right now. I think we can assume that. All right, let's see how Cheng's break is looking here.
Oh, scratch. No. But he's not going to have a
ball.
shot. A good shot. He might. You know what? Honestly, I watched his last match against Lee Van Corteza, and I watched Cheng Jung-Lin shoot this shot right here like 3 times and stab it in every single time.
Ugh.
Cutting this ball into the top right, coming around 3 cushions for positioning.
I mean, I think
And
that he
every
can,
time he shoots it, I'm like, why are you shooting? Oh, that's why. You just drilled it and have perfect positioning. That's why. All right.
Yeah, and you see that he just went through that motion that we had mentioned earlier about mentally executing the shot before actually shooting it. And he just kind of made his mind up. He knows what he's going to do here.
I think it's a good shot to shoot, actually. Cutting it into the top right. You want to err on the side of overcutting it, because overcutting it, you should end up leaving safe pretty comfortably. He elects for the all-out safety and hits it. Great speed. But
you see a jump safe coming here?
absolutely, yeah. I was just going to say this is too easy to return safe. He'll be jumping this ball, banking the one ball somewhere down into here, I suspect. Z-bank. Should be able to comfortably control the cue ball, maybe over back into here somewhere. Kind of
Fair
depends on the
assessment there.
exact
Well, that was a fair assessment.
Contact.
I think that's totally reasonable, and he hit that pretty well. I think he could have done just a hair better with positioning on the cue ball, but
Yeah, you could have froze it to the 8 ball, right?
Yeah, right.
Poor effort. Come on, Aloysius.
no,
Really
not,
poor
not,
effort.
not a poor effort whatsoever. But
Take another drink of that latte. Come on. Oh, he is too.
it's almost as if he heard you.
I think he did. Yeah.
But yeah, great effort there. Puts it in a pretty tricky situation, but
Yeah,
you've got Chang Jung-lin
I think we're
out
gonna
on
be
your tail.
seeing him kick 2 rails somewhere in here, trying to get that cue ball up table, or that 1 ball up table. Try to stick the cue ball there as best as he can.
Let's see if he can really dig here.
He's got to beat the 3 and the 2 ball. And he did. What a great shot. What a great shot. But I think it's going to roll just a little too far. It is, isn't it?
Oh, boy.
I mean, that's how good of I mean, Chang Jun-lin hit that ball exactly the way he wanted. Nearly perfection on the shot. He just overruled it by 6 inches. And what do?
You watch Lucius Yapp shoot this 1 ball into the pocket and add another point.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what you got to do here.
What I mean, yeah. What you do is you sit down and hope that after Aloysius breaks the next rack that you get an opportunity and you're not sitting in your chair with that being your last shot of the match.
Folks, just a reminder, at this stage in the event, the shot clock has been implemented, so there are additional officials.
Oh, my God.
Look at that shot right there. Fantastic.
You just can't strike the balls better than what Aloysius just did there.
Oh, man, that was a great shot. But you see that he had called for his extension there. So just a reminder that these players are under a little bit of additional stress, just knowing that they have to execute within a certain time frame. And previous to the later stages, the shot clock was not implemented, but at this point it is. I'm sure that they're all comfortable playing within that range, but just make sure you guys get all the information out there.
I think he's just going to be dragging this ball up this right long rail. Something like this. Just get it over somewhere in here. Don't bring the 9 ball into play. Just go up the right side of the table.
And he hit that pretty well right there.
Yeah, just rolling this ball in here, coming off that top cushion for the 7 into the right middle pocket. Maybe you want to draw off it and wrap that top left pocket a little bit tighter, but I think you just roll it, just like that.
And I think he wanted to get a little bit lower on the 7, but
yeah, he can draw it back. He wants to be somewhere in here, anyways, with the cue ball.
Yeah,
or on that line at least. So this is okay.
Yeah, no issue whatsoever.
If anything, now he's a little bit straight, so he's gonna have to force follow this through. But the 9 ball's almost straight into that side pocket. So
he's just gonna pop the cue ball back just a bit, shoot the easy 9 in the side.
Sure. And we're going to see our first player make it to the hill, and Aloysius is breaking the ball, so no big surprises there. The fantastic strike on the 1 ball to shoot that ball into the top right and draw back for the 2.
Gotta love the crowd showing their appreciation for the skill involved in what we're witnessing here.
We can see there in the picture, we got Sylviana Liu directly behind Aloysius, and Sharik Sayed just to her right. That is Aloysius' girlfriend and travel buddy. There they are right there.
World's greatest table mechanic right there, Mr. John Kruklinski.
Yeah. Sharik
There he is.
there, looking at his phone there. Sharik and I played college ACUI nationals against each other.
Oh, boy.
We competed against each other in a lot of tournaments in those days. And I always got the best of him. And by always got the best of him, I mean I got out of the tournament faster than him so that I could, have fun and enjoy myself while he was slaving over playing more pool,
I mean, not everybody can dedicate themselves as much as they'd like to something like the game of pool. But I'll tell you what, I can appreciate your dedication to what you do in the game of pool. Aside from your playability, I think you're doing a great job with the cue it up stuff. And where can folks see your stuff if they're not familiar with what you got?
Anywhere you can find a podcast, I guess. Of course, this is what I do for a living. I do the podcast full time. So I'm coming out with content 1 to 2 times a week, trying to increase that a little bit more towards the 2 times a week. But being on the road like this is always a little bit difficult. Is that 9-ball going to go to the side?
Oh boy.
Oof.
That would have been a crazy way to end this tournament.
This is dry. So we're looking at potentially a hill here if Chang Jung-Lin can execute this run out. But I guess to finish out your question, yeah, anywhere you can find a podcast. We also go live to Facebook every Tuesday right around noon Central Time, so I guess 1 p.m.
So you can just look up Cue It Up on Facebook?
Yeah, Cue It Up on Facebook.
Okay. And also on some of the other platforms. Are you on Spotify?
Yeah, we're on Spotify. We're on, as far as the live places that we stream to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Gotcha.
And then we have audio form of the podcast and everywhere, Apple, Google Play, Spotify,
Fantastic.
Audacity, not Audacity, Stitcher, anywhere you can find a podcast, basically.
Gotcha. Make sure you guys go check out Nate Mindham with Cue It Up and get some inside information on some of these players here.
And he's going to be jumping it. Oh, he's not. Oh, the 6-ball comes in, kicks it back out for a shot.
Oh, my goodness. Folks, that couple of inches that the 6-ball nudged that ball out might have been the difference between this is the last game versus we might see another set.
Yep, Chang did win the leg, so he does have the break advantage. If he's able to run out here, we're looking at hill with Chang breaking. Oh, where's the 6-ball now? Is it still going to be its friend? Is it still going to be a friend?
Oh, boy.
Oh, it stops just in time.
I was going to say the 6 giveth, the 6 taketh away. But it does remain his ally in this situation. So Chang Jung-Lin looking like he's going to make this a one-game decider. As long as he executes the way that he has been. But boy, what a dogfight this match has been. This is nice. This is really nice. Real treat for any pool enthusiast. Just the control right there.
Came up a little bit short of pace. I think he's going to... You can roll this ball in.
I think he's going to make it travel a bit, though, just to get that.
I think at this point in the match, I think you just roll this ball in. Maybe if it's a first rack like Aloysius did, maybe you might even be able to cinch it and just kind of drift over. Yeah, he just rolls it.
Great call there, Nate.
I think if it's the first game like we saw Aloysius do, you might go to the bottom rail just because you're not quite warmed up with your arm. You don't want to leave it to chance. Chang is settled into the match at this point, so feel a little bit more comfortable with that shot.
Fair assessment. Don't want to get ahead of yourself here. Needs to keep pace. Don't get anxious on getting to that final game. Just do your job.
I think Chang
do what you do.
Something fun here.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Maybe he comes like this with a cue ball. Maybe something like this.
None of that's happening.
Well, that's boring.
He's just going to play one rail shape here.
Man, I can't believe. I really thought it was going to be.
Wow.
There,
We are seeing
hill,
double hill pool here, and I'll tell you what, that's what we all want to see anyway. That's what we all want to see. Unbelievable. Don't forget, it is true double elimination, folks. So, if Chang Jung-Lin can pull out one more game here in this rack, we're going to see another full set race to 7. But if Aloysius Yapp can maintain his undefeated status, then he will be declared the champion. It's only one game left in this set, and all we can see is that Aloysius Yapp needs an opportunity. It's Chang Jung-Lin to break this one.
Are you nervous?
You know, I got to say, I'm not nervous. I'm kind of intently locked on this game here.
I'm going to tell you what, my heart rate went up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little
sweating it.
I'm a little anxious here, yeah.
I'm sweating it, you know.
You see our master of ceremonies there, Mr. Ed Ladawi, running the show. And I got to give a ton of credit to this man here. If you guys are not familiar with Ed Ladawi in an intimate way, where you know all of his work that he puts in behind the scenes, I got a glimpse into that stuff these last few days, and boy oh boy does this man work hard for pool. He really does, and it really does come from a great place. Great job from Ed Ladawi, making sure everybody knows all of the information, all the pieces are in place. All right, here we go, folks.
Looking at playing the 6 into the bottom left and the 1 into the right middle, so we can watch those balls, see if he gets one down. Six ball goes down. The 1 ball goes off just the top point. And
where's it going to end up? Is he going to get a clear shot?
I think he is, yep.
He's got a clear shot.
He does, yep.
No problems on the table.
No, really, there are none. No.
You're going to have to create one here, Nate.
4 to the 5 potentially, but I think with where the 2 balls, you just end up playing the 3 ball into the bottom left. Yeah, you play the 3 into the bottom left, and the 4 ball's right there. I mean,
yeah, beginning to recognize that this may be.
I think the people are going to get their money's worth out of this. I think
they're
going to get another set.
I think they might.
I think the fans are going to get a second set of pool right here.
I'll tell you what, he took his time in deciding what he was going to do there, and he's down. Oh, he's not going to play that to the bottom corner. He's going to come back and forth across here. 2 and the 3 in the same pocket.
All you got to do here is just avoid the 9 ball. Don't run into the 9 ball going back over towards the 3. It's not the end of the world if you do, but there is a kiss that if you flick off the bottom side of the 9, that it could end up coming into play.
And he avoids it perfectly. As you mentioned, there's a chance of a little bit of difficulty with the 4 to the 5, and I see what you mean there. Do I think he's going to have an issue with it? No. But I do see what you mean.
No, I think he's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
I think you probably end up playing the 7 ball into the right middle. So if you end up coming on the top side of the angle, you could potentially run into some issues of having to come more like this off of the 7 ball, which could run into some issues. But I think knowing that you just got to focus on not getting to there. I do have confirmation. I texted Alex Kazakis. They are playing 50 a man Scotch doubles, which is some fun action over there. Just for since we were panning on it earlier and watching a little bit of that we can fill the fans in on their cheap fun action that they got going on over there.
Did he overrun it? He overran
yes, he
it.
Did.
He overran it. Folks, vs Yapp just kind of sat up a bit in his chair. I don't know. I mean, he's still looking at it as if he can make this.
No, he cannot. No way.
What's he looking at? He's addressing the shot as if he can still make this.
He might be able to micro spin it. Nope, yeah, he's playing full out safe.
Perhaps a bank?
We got ourselves a hill game.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. He did not want to contact the 7. He was playing defense there, and he might have just given this match right back.
You want to, oh my goodness, right here. I have not made a shot right here. This shot right here. I've not made a shot this good in my career, ever. I've hit 100,000 balls of pool in my life. I've never hit a ball this good that he's going to have to shoot to make this ball and get positioning.
Oh, boy. Calls for his extension. Keep in mind, shot clock is active at this stage in the event. So he can't sit here for 5 minutes anticipating. He's made his decision. Now it's time to execute.
Oh, my God.
Where does he end up here?
What
Wow.
an absolute beautiful shot. And this still not out of the woods. You can back cut this ball if you want for easy positioning. The shot becomes a little bit harder to make it, but the position is easy. Or you can play it into the bottom right, and you just got a little bit of outside spin.
He's decided. Can he hold it together?
Drills it.
What an absolute
and
wonderful shot there.
Did you see him tap the table there?
Yeah.
He knows it's over. Oh, I love it. I love the excitement. I love it when you see the players
Oh, yeah.
visibly celebrate. I love it.
He's deserved everything that he's getting here.
Wow. What? And Chang has got to just be kicking himself.
Absolute flawless.
What a shot.
Vs Yapp, ladies and gentlemen.
Throws his cue up in the air. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I'm so happy for him. Fantastic event from both of these players. Congratulations to all the winners. Nate, where are you off to from here?
U.S. Open.
U.S. Open.
Off to the U.S. Open. I'm heading out there tomorrow. I believe I'm going to head down there with John Mora tomorrow. Swing down there for the event. So if anybody's going to be at the U.S. Open, look me up. But wow, man, what a shot on that 5-ball.
Unbelievable talent, these guys here. I'm going back up north, Nate. I'm going to be doing the Luigi tournament up at
that doubles one you were telling me about?
No, this one's actually prior to that one. This one's coming up next weekend. It's up at Amazing Billiards in Malden. And it's all skill groups, all skill group tournaments. Mr. Bo Powers is hosting that one. I'm going to be there talking to you guys in Streamland. I can't believe what we just witnessed. Oh, my God.
Honestly, like, I mean, obviously I'm a commentator. Like, I'm in here to talk about the game.